Today we are talking about pills. What pills should you take? What pills am I taking? And what do they do for you? All right, let's get into it. Hey, my name is Richard. I'm an adventure filmmaker focused on running. Today I'm talking about pills, but basically supplements. So the supplements that I've been using that I found beneficial in my journey of running as a 40 plus year old. Well, I'm 49 years old at the moment. So I'll get into all the details right now and explain to you what I've taken, what's worked, what hasn't worked. Maybe that can help inform you. Now, I do want to say I'm no medical practitioner. I'm just sharing my experiences. You should always consult your doctor before taking anything. Let's talk about the pills. I want to start off with probiotics. But the probiotic is about gut health. And I didn't know this, but this is the gut year. The gut feeling that you get, when something ain't right. It's so important. It's all year. Like everything comes from here. And I just didn't understand that. And so a probiotic is good bacteria that restores your gut and helps your body take the vitamins out of the things we eat and distribute it to the rest of the body where it's needed. Like that's what the gut is doing. Like very simple. So making sure that you have a good and healthy gut is so important. And that's what a probiotic is going to do for you. Now, I have three very distinct benefits from taking a probiotic. Sleep, it's helping me sleep better. So it's just amazing. I'm generally have been a light sleeper my entire life. With a probiotic, I actually get reasonable sleep. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, being a light sleeper, I can actually go back to sleep fairly easily without any issue. The second benefit that I have with a probiotic is I haven't had a gout attack in months, since August last year, largely due to me starting with this treatment of probiotics. I started with a paid one and now I make my own. So that has been such a blessing and I'm so thankful for that. You just don't understand how bad gout has been in my life, and especially trying to be an athlete. Not having swollen knees and legs and feet and elbows and all these good things is a blessing. The third thing, I started getting these white marks on my skin. I thought it was dry skin, but turns out some sort of skin infection. And I've gotten medical sort of pills for that from the doctor, but they only worked for a short period of time. And since taking the probiotic, I don't have that anymore. I don't have the skin irritation. I don't have anything. Some on my back, on my arms here. But I have none of that now. And I'm not taking any medication. It's just the probiotic, and that went away fairly quickly. So that's why probiotic is number one. It's the biggest thing. It's a thing that I take, and I encourage everyone that I meet who's just in life in general. I've spoken about this to my family. I've shared my thoughts about this with my family, with my immediate family and my extended family, about the goodness of a probiotic. So if you struggle with anything in your life, I would recommend you start with a probiotic and see how it goes from there. So if you want to buy something off the shop, this is a great brand and I recommend this brand. No affiliation or whatsoever. I just think it's a great product and I've gotten some fantastic results for it. If you do want to learn how to make your own, again, I've got a much longer video down in the description that you can go watch and learn about my full journey and talking about yellow juice. And if you are interested, there's a free recipe for you afterwards. All right, let's move on. That's vitamin D. So this is a D3K2, rebuilding muscles. So vitamin D, very good for you. And this one says MK7, but it's a D3K2. So this one is to repair your body, repair your muscles and your joints. And I must say that I feel much stronger than I've felt in the last 10, 15 years after taking this. Now I do take that probiotic. That helps with other things. This year has just made me feel so much more secure, especially after the long-term gout where I feel my joints have almost like been eroded somehow. I think this is helping restore that. So the D3K2. Next on my list, good old faithful vitamin C. Now this brand we've been through, as a family and me, I've been through a couple of different brands of vitamin C. What's really happened is since October-ish, we started taking the vitamin C as a supplement. None of us have really gotten that ill in terms of my wife and I. And I think it's because of largely the vitamin C. Of course, vitamin C is there as a little bit of energy boost, but it's also an immune defense builder. And so I take this vitamin C, this one at the moment, but I've taken other brands. And again, check with your doctor, make sure all your stuff is okay before you just start taking things. And make sure that it's fit for purpose. And what I definitely do is I don't just take anything. I also, when I do take something, I'm trying to see, does it solve a problem and not introduce new problems? So I'm definitely, my analyst nature in terms of data analytics and all those kind of things. And being a programmer, I work through a series of steps where I'm actually measuring the effectiveness of something. And then the other thing that I take, this is omega-3. This is a flaxseed oil. This is very good. Brain health. Yeah, I don't know if it's working. I don't feel smarter. But there's a lot of studies out there that I've watched videos on Dr. Huberman, all sorts of people talking about the importance of omega-3 and having that part of your daily intake. That is the pill that I'm taking that is just helping me on this journey. Now, I am not someone that is generally for pills. These things are supplements, but it's practicing a good eating. I try not to eat junk food. I'm not saying I never eat junk food. There's just a lot of stuff that I've cut out. Definitely not cake. I still eat cake. Don't cut out cake in your life, please. Nobody needs to go to that level where they're cutting cake out of their life. That's just harsh. Like, don't do that. Please. Enjoy cake. Have a good life. Be happy. But put a little thought into what else you're putting into your body. So these are things that I think about what else to put into my body. And the reason that I take these in supplement form is it's really hard to get the same quantity that your body really needs in just natural foods. I love oranges, but I can't eat enough oranges to get the dosage that my body needs. I just find that the supplements give you that extra vitamins that you need. We can't eat enough fish to get the omega-3. Again, the supplements, the D3, I don't even know how we would get D3. I know Sunshine D, of course, all of that. The supplements help with that. And obviously the amount of my age, I'm 49 years old, decades of not living well, not doing good to my body. Now I need to play catch up, and the supplements help me get there. This is a natural product. The probiotic is far more natural. I make my own with fermented cabbage. Again, check out the long form video in the description. But that's why I opt for a supplement intake, because it's exactly what it is. It's a supplement. It doesn't replace what you should be doing, which is eating healthy as much as you can. Stick to whole foods. Whole foods would be like an apple. Doesn't have ingredients. Apple is an apple. It has vitamins and has stuff in it that is good for you, but it's not made up of other things like Vienna's, for example. Vienna's has ingredients. Vienna's isn't just a thing. It's not a whole food. So try and eat more whole foods, more veg on your plate. Eat, especially if you are growing in your athletic abilities and journey. So if you're going above that 10K mark, you probably need to adjust your diet because your body needs more fuel. So measuring the amount, the intake and output that you are having. So that sounds so technical. I'm not that technical in terms of all the stuff. I'm not technical at all. But I've learned that I did this 10 kilometers twice a day for 10 days challenge. I did it twice. Both times I failed at around about day 4 and day 5. And it's because I ate out of a small plate for a long time. And in that challenge, what was happening, the reasons I crashed was I was running out of fuel. My body didn't have enough fuel. Like I got the shakes. And it was, lack of fuel. So all of that is I had to learn that, I need to now start eating out of a bigger plate because I'm so active. I'm doing such a lot of running and, my body needs more fuel. So start there. Make sure that you have enough fuel coming into your body. Make sure the fuel you're putting into your body is the right stuff. And I had to learn that the best things would be a protein intake, especially when I just get back from a run, something like a burger, even though the burger is not a whole food. And I'd always have some eggs with it, and that would refuel my body. And then I could get naturally hungry and have another second breakfast, basically. I'm all about second breakfast. I love it. Yeah, so make sure you're putting the right foods, the right habits and behavior. You first form those things, You can take supplements like a vitamin C is always good for you. That's not performance enhancements. It's really just a good defensive thing for your body is vitamin C. So eat more oranges also. Like eat more oranges. That's also going to be great for you. And then figure out the rest of the stuff. Like probiotics would be my number one. Do that like first. Even if you're eating badly, like start a probiotic, but then also try to eat better in measured quantities. What I found is don't try to make wholesale changes. Don't try and turn your life around all of a sudden. Like it never works. It's really, really hard to do that. What's a lot easier just saying, okay, this portion of my life, I'm just gonna try and do this thing a little bit differently, and then do that. And then you just work on that for a while, like months, and then see what else you can change and incorporate in your life. And hopefully that will lead you to a better place. And hopefully that's why you found this video on my channel. And if it's the first time you're watching me, you don't know who I am. My name's Richard. I'm an adventure filmmaker. I focus on running, trying to encourage you that you need to get out and do something for you. You don't have to be good at it, and you definitely don't have to be the best at it. Like you just get out and do something that makes you happy. And that means that you're out in nature. Maybe you take a run, maybe you take a walk, maybe you take a cycle, take on something. It just allows you to experience life differently. And then maybe, like me, you'll find that things that you thought was impossible, suddenly you're able to do. Like I ran 44.6 kilometers, making me an ultra marathon. Yes, I know it's not 50, but damn it, I never thought that I could do that. And now I can. And so I'm looking at new heights, and hopefully on your journey, you'll find the same thing happening to you, that you'll do things that you once thought was impossible. All right. If you enjoyed the story, I really appreciate you liking this video. It's great. It just makes me feel good and encourages me to make a few more. I have lots of stories, lots of experiences. And if you feel that it's worth your time, please subscribe to the channel. The main reason I make these videos is trying to encourage other people like me in the situation that I was in, that they can do things that's, will improve your life. Getting out there, getting off the couch is like the number one goal. All right. My name is Richard, and this has been Richard Talks.